Hello everyone and welcome to Shelby This Week. Today's top news stories: teens taking on a new high, Visteon plant cleanup, and will a cell tower come to Shelby? All this plus much more, but first, parents beware, a scary new trend for teens. Older kids are using vape pens and using drugs called juice. Vape pens are e-cigarettes designed to vaporize liquid nicotine. Teens are going a step further, putting liquid synthetic drugs like spice and bath salts in the pens and smoking them. Lieutenant Jason Schmittler tells us where teens are buying the paraphernalia.
Vape pens are purchased at the local tobacco shops, head shops, and gas stations. The kids are using them to inhale the vapors. What they're doing is it's a synthetic cannabis and a synthetic drug that's out there these days. Most of the parents have no clue what these items are. I've gave you a list, and we're trying to get the word out there that these are dangerous substances. It's causing behavior changes, mood changes. Some of the kids haven't slept in 5 to 6 days. They're stealing money from the family to purchase these items. They're not being sold in just the normal packages. They're being repackaged, remarketed, such as fruit punch, and they're putting a twist on it to make it more appealing to the kids. And most of the people that are using it have no idea the long-term effects of using these types of synthetic drugs. For the hookah pens and the e-cigarettes, they are not regulated, so we're working with the prosecutor's office. We're working with Michigan Department of Community Health to address these issues, as well as other law enforcement. We all know what the e-cigarette pens are, but they're hooking, it comes in powder form or liquid. They're hooking it to the vaporizers and they're inhaling the substances.
Parents, if you see your teens with these vape pens, confiscate them immediately. Educate yourself. Ask for help if you're not sure if your teen has these vape pens. Check their backpacks, bedroom, or clothes. The long-term effects are harmful. An update on the old Visteon plant. Major cleanup is on the way at the former Ford plant near 23 Mile and Mound Roads. Cleanup will begin sometime this fall, which will be allowed only on Sundays. A quick cleanup is hopeful. After the long, treacherous affair that happened after Visteon closed, Indiana Metals bought the land and tore down everything on the site, selling off all the metal. After countless court hearings, Indiana Metals backed out of the deal, leaving a mess behind. Then the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality came in. A chemical called TCE became a concern on the land and in the surrounding areas. Toxins could seep into the ground, and an environmental consultant hired by the township said cleanup costs would be in the millions. Finally, Ford said they'll foot the cleanup bill and install 2 entrenched barriers to keep contamination from traveling to condos and baseball fields nearby. Township Attorney Rob Huth says we're finally on the road to something good with this land. We'll keep you posted on the cleanup. A new cell phone tower will not be popping up in Shelby Township. Recently, Crown Castle Company presented twice to the Planning Commission, attempting to build a 100-foot tall wireless communication tower. Location for the tower, 25 Mile Road in DeQuinder, which is zoned commercial use, but there's some residential homes very close to it. The tower would go right behind Kroger at Regency Square retail site. After 2 denials from planning, Crown Castle came to the Board of Trustees for special land use approval. Placement, height, lighting were concerns for residents. Some residents want the tower. More coverage for cell phone reception is needed in the area. The board denied the approval to build the stealth tower, so if your cell phone doesn't work when you're shopping in Kroger, now you know why. Speaking of old cell phones, an old favorite hangout has turned into a cell phone business. Buster's Bar and Grill on Van Dyke and 23 Mile was almost grandfathered into the township. The old brick building set on the southwest corner was once a bustling local bar with a small town feel. The pub was sold in 2012 and became J. Westie's. That bar didn't last long. J. Westie's closed its doors about a year ago. Just recently, construction began on the old brick building. It was shelled out. Now, walls are built back up. Lighting and a sign has popped up. It's now a T-Mobile store. We hope business is good from the old spot. Coming up, a local athlete with an amazing story, military honors, and a college celebrates. Stay tuned.
Go ahead.
We have quite a story for you about a young man that has a passion for life like no other. The report from Staceys Report.
I had the opportunity to meet Danny Scrivano in May of 2005 while doing a story about pediatric stroke. I will start this week going back to 2005.
When we first found out that Danny had a stroke, we were very shocked. We didn't really know what that meant. So we soon learned a lot about strokes, and specifically strokes in children.
Patty Scrivano is the mother of Danny, who at the age of 2 suffered a debilitating stroke, something extremely unusual for a 2-year-old. Danny is now 8 years old, and this is the story of overcoming a major obstacle in a young boy's life.
He was in the hospital for a surgery to remove a cyst that he had on his lung, and that really wasn't causing too much trouble, but surgeons said it needed to be removed. So we were in the hospital, and he had the surgery. It went well, and then 2 days later, one side of his body went limp. Took about 24 hours, and they realized that he had had a stroke.
And with that began years of therapy. But even at 8 years old, this boy had competition in his soul.
I like to play baseball, soccer, basketball, football, Cub Scouts, chess. My favorite thing is basketball. I'm good at basketball because I'm good at shooting and I'm a good player.
This good player is now a fierce competitor on the tennis court at Eisenhower High School. And his attitude will show you why.
Just trying my best and working hard at everything that I do and just having fun while I'm doing it.
Having fun while facing adversity.
Sometimes they would say, what can you do? How can you do it? And I would just play and show them how I would play.
And as Danny became more competitive, he developed a love for table tennis years ago that has grown into the love of tennis.
I think he's just, in my opinion, a student that really likes to be competitive. I know he's a big table tennis player, which transitions really well into tennis. And it's got hand-eye coordination. Really, I call tennis ping pong on your feet. You're moving around, taking away angles. And Danny just loves to play. He's always up here working. I've seen him up here after practice a couple times sitting with some of the guys. You can tell he really likes to play and he wants to get better every day.
And I just love playing anything with a racket.
I had to ask Danny how the limited use of his right side has affected his game.
I adapt to the sport and I try to do different maneuvers to win the game.
Danny wouldn't care who I played him with. He'd play singles, doubles, whatever I put him with to help the team. He's a really good team player, and he understands that concept that it's all about the team, it's not about the individual.
Danny sees nothing but blessings and possibilities in his life. And to the people who know him, this Eisenhower High School senior is an inspiration and positive force to be reckoned with.
Just because I love playing sports and I think that I can do it, so I will do it. And I will do it until I will achieve it.
Most adults could take a lesson from Danny. He may only be a high school senior, but he knows what it means to go after your dreams.
Right now I'm on the 2014 Junior National Para Table Tennis team, and I'm trying to make the national team. And I'm only one of 6 kids in the whole U.S. that are on this team.
I wish Danny all the luck in achieving his dreams. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
Danny is on a para-table tennis team, and he's trying to make the national team. Help Danny reach his goal by going to his Facebook page at facebook.com/Scrivano Paralympics. Good luck, Danny. A Utica High School senior earned an award from the U.S. Army recently. Tyler Townsend earned the National Jeremy M. Campbell Leadership Award this past summer. Tyler went to a boot camp with the Alpha Company 701st Military Police Battalion. Tyler spent 10 weeks at the boot camp in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. The award is provided to one soldier who demonstrates leadership, dedication, and is always putting others first. Tyler plans to join the ROTC at Central Michigan University next year and become a Michigan Conservation Officer. Tyler says he's very proud to receive this award. The third Friday of September is National Prisoner of War Missing in Action Recognition Day. Recently, Frontier Communications presented a personalized honor and remember flag to the mother of U.S. Army Specialist Christopher Kuby during a ceremony at Selfridge. Christopher's mother, Debbie Oddie, was presented the flag. Kuby's brother, Jonathan Kuby, sister Jessica Kuby, and stepfather Stephen Oddie were also in attendance. Michigan Congresswoman Candace Miller addressed the crowd as they all took a moment to recognize Christopher Kuby, local Shelby Township and Sterling Heights resident, who died July 14, 2007 in Baghdad after an explosion from an improvised explosive device. A community college celebrated a milestone and received a grant as well. John Martin tells us what college.
Macomb Community College celebrated its 60th anniversary this past week, and it was an occasion for speeches that reflected on the college's past 6 decades of achievement and community involvement.
It's exciting for me, and I say that for this reason. I was one of those kids that was just a product of public education, Warren Consolidated Schools, right here in this backyard. And when I got out of high school, I wasn't really sure where I was going to go. But I knew that this was right here in my backyard, and I realized that education was extremely important. I had 2 brothers that were continuing their education. They went to 2 other universities, but I chose Macomb Community College. I chose it because I was one of those kids that really liked to work with my hands, wasn't sure where I wanted to go, but this college provided me a tremendous opportunity. It gave me an opportunity to learn here as I worked, and then once I discovered what was going on here with Macomb, I then connected to Wayne State University, another one of my alma maters, if you will. And from there, well, I think it really took me on a path that I really had no idea, but I treasure to this day. And I think, you know what, it had a lot to do with not just the facility being in our backyard, but a lot of those that actually taught at this educational institution and giving you direction and guidance. I've been a very fortunate kid to have grown up in this backyard here where Macomb Community College is at. I look at this beautiful facade, the new entrance, if you will, to the south campus, and I can't help but think, man, my backyard, my neighborhood has come a long way, especially when we look across the street and see what's going on at Wayne State University. And I know we're going to be talking about that probably in a couple more weeks, but it's a tremendous asset Macomb Community College is for people that are looking for educational opportunities and the connections that this 2-year institution, one of the finest 2-year institutions, not just here in the state of Michigan, but across this entire country. We have a tremendous asset, and it has tremendous value beyond just the educational opportunities for those that are seeking higher education.
The anniversary also featured the official opening of the new entrance from 12 Mile Road to the South Campus and an announcement by J.P. Morgan Chase of a $1 million commitment to the college's Innovation Fund. To conclude, College President Dr. James Jacobs cut the ribbon to commemorate the anniversary.
First of all, this was a great kind of ceremony which not only kind of celebrated our past 60 years and how important the college has been to the community, but really with the announcement of the $1 million gift from J.P. Morgan Chase, we're really announcing this Innovation Fund and the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurial Development as a way of charting out the course for the next 60 years of the college. And it really, I think, is an exciting opportunity for the college to play a new role in the community and a role that is, very, very important.
it's exciting to see J.P. Morgan as well as the foundation from the community college come together for, it's actually $2.7 million that they're going to have available to try to figure out how do they create these innovative opportunities for people that are trying to figure out how do they get their companies to the next step right here in Macomb County. So hats off to J.P. Morgan, and once again, a partnership. Macomb Community College reached out and grabbed one of the financial institutions to make that happen here in Macomb County.
This semester, more than 23,000 students are enrolled here at the South Campus in Warren, online, and at the Center Campus in Clinton Township. For Shelby This Week, this has been John Martin reporting.
Happy birthday to Macomb Community College. Money spent on election campaigns has become a hot topic recently. Republican Peter Lucido of Shelby ran for State House Representative in the primary election, reportedly spent a record number of $304,000 to boost his campaign. Now there's more news on spending money. Lucido has a fundraiser. Contributions of up to $1,000 per person will be pursued. Lucido ran against Clerk Stan Grote for the position at the primary elections and has spent a lot of his own money to help campaign. State House candidates will be on the November election ballot. After a long and tough road, an agreement between the City of Detroit and surrounding counties has been made to lease the water department. The 40-year wait is not being welcomed by Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle with open arms. Hackle stated recently that there was a gag order implemented on him, so he couldn't oppose the water move or get input from local officials. It may be too late to argue the $50 million pact. October 10th is the deadline for commissioners to approve the deal. And if Macomb commissioners reject the deal, it will still go through for the county. Only one of 3 commissioners need to approve the deal, including a 40-year lease agreement, a 4% cap on annual water increase rates, and a 6-member board overseeing all water issues. We'll see if Macomb rejects it, what the governor's position will be. A college campus is ringing in some bragging rights. Katie Shimatero reports from the Bell Tower.
It's Oakland University's newest, loudest, and most majestic addition, the Elliott Bell Tower, and it reigns mighty over this ever-growing college campus. Standing at 151 feet tall with over 77 stairs and 49 carillon bells, this beauty is seen and heard throughout Oakland University and its surrounding community.
Oakland's on the up and up, and I think this is just kind of one of those trademark symbols that, you can see it from so far down the road and, from Auburn Hills and like from our organic farm that's all the way across campus. Like you can see it over the tree line. And I think just having that kind of on the horizon does really kind of put us up there that, it's that symbol now. We have something that's our center of campus that it's like, it's our trademark.
I think it really adds more of a bigger awareness as this is being a university. Having a clock tower does make a big impression as a lot of people coming into school here.
Thanks to a large and very generous donation from the Elliott family, Oakland University now joins the University of Michigan, Michigan State, and Grand Valley State, and is the 4th Michigan university to have a carillon bell tower. The carillon is an old world instrument, and historically the carillon bell tower has been a point of civic pride.
The instrument we have today that's played from a keyboard with at least 23 bells is 500 years old. So it's an old instrument, but it can play any music, old world music or very modern music.
Right next to the bell tower, you will find a custom-made water fountain that was designed by Wet, a California-based company that designs high-end water fountains, including the Bellagio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas and the fountains at the Sochi Winter Olympics. A dedication ceremony was held at Oakland University this afternoon to honor longtime supporters Hugh and Nancy Elliott, and construction on the bell tower is expected to be completed late October. Reporting for Shelby This Week, I'm Katie Shimatero.
A pedestrian is in critical condition after an accident in Waterford. It happened on Friday the 12th. George Smith, 31, from Shelby Township, tried to cross the street in front of a moving car and was hit. The driver is a 19-year-old Waterford woman. Police say that Smith wasn't crossing at an intersection or designated crosswalk near West Huron Road. Smith is in the hospital and was listed in critical condition. Alcohol and drugs do not appear to be a factor in the incident. We have a road construction update. Lots of construction going on right now in Shelby. Van Dyke Avenue from 25 to 26 Mile is under construction, down to 1 lane each way. Concrete pavement reconstruction, widening to 5 lanes, including sidewalk, ramps, storm sewers. Work should be done by the end of September. Next project, 25 Mile Road from Mound to Van Dyke, asphalt road reconstruction with pavement removal, curb and gutter, storm sewer, and landscape restoration. Workers have opened part of 25 Mile Road in front of Eisenhower High School and Mallow Junior High. That helps with the traffic during school hours, but 25 Mile is closed past Ike and will reopen October 30th. The next road construction update, a water main project in Shelby is changing up. Originally, the Detroit Water Sewer Department planned to replace only the south lane on 24 Mile Road. Now the entire road will be repaved. The water main will be installed, 24 Mile will be put back together, then the Department of Roads will put the issue out for bid to repave the road. Road deterioration and work delay makes the repaving necessary. Next road construction project, Hayes Road has been getting a much-needed facelift this summer. Hayes Road between 21 and 23 Mile has been under construction. Road closures in the area change each week, and recently at Hayes Road near 23, a gas pipe broke, causing even more traffic backups. Township police were out on Hayes Road along with road workers repairing the pipe. It was fixed and the road is partially reopened. Traffic should run more smoothly through one of the busiest intersections in Washington Township with installation of new traffic signals at 30 Mile and Van Dyke. Crews put in the new left turn signals and traffic cameras. Accidents and traffic backups have become more common in that spot. The upgrades will be covered by the county. Cameras will be monitored by the new dispatch center in Mount Clemens. Up next, a healthy meal. Stay tuned.
Take my hand and start a brand new day.
Underneath everything we are all people. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
Want to cook up something incredibly delicious for your family? Chef Colleen came by our studios recently and made something very healthy.
Hello, I'm Chef Colleen, and today I will be making a minestra. Minestra is an Italian peasant soup. So first I'm going to start with about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and dice a Spanish onion. And this is going to take the back of my knife and it's going to go right in the pot. And you want to make sure that olive oil heats up a little bit. Ah, there we go. You can hear it sizzling already. I'm actually smashing the garlic cloves. I think I put an extra one in there, a little bit more flavor. And go ahead and add all that garlic in there. And this pot smells wonderful. I think the aroma is wafting around the room here and down the hallway. The next thing to do is to take your tomato. You can find these products at the Shelby Farmers Market. I'm going ahead and coring the tomato, and I'm cutting this into quarters as you see. I'm just cutting into a nice dice, and then they go right in the pot. So this one goes in and all the rest. And you don't have to chop them too small. A quick dice is good. I went ahead and diced this potato. I have a small dice. It's gonna cook quicker and it'll allow us to get to the minestra much faster. So I'm gonna pour this into the pot. I peeled the potato. I've got 2 large russets in here. and then went ahead and diced it. And we're going to let this cook with about a cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and add the other 5 cups of water. Then go ahead and bring that to a boil. I'm going to take this organic cabbage and I'm going to chop that into about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch slices. Again, very rustic dish. And then I'm going to kind of sprinkle this on top of the pot. Some dried thyme here. 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flake, sea salt. This is from Italy, this sea salt. I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon. These are organic pinto beans and then organic chickpeas. And there's 1 full can of each here. So here's a whole box of baby kale, or a whole container, and that's going to go right on top. And I'm going to finish it off with a nice drizzle of olive oil, some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to go ahead and do a nice shaving on top. You can eat it with the cheese or without, but I like the flavor it adds. Here's the finished product, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe.
That was a delicious soup. All of us here at Shelby TV got to try it. Very healthy. And that's Shelby This Week. You can watch us online all the time at shelbytv.org. And remember to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ShelbyTWPTV. Thanks for watching.